Hi, I'm Tammy at All About Living and welcome to our channel. Today we're going to make a 3-cheese ravioli with my homemade spaghetti sauce. Now I've actually done a video on the homemade spaghetti sauce, but I've not showed you that sometimes I cheat and buy store-bought stuff. I normally do everything from scratch, but I don't have a machine to make pasta with yet, so I have to buy that. And I love cheese ravioli. So let's get started. Okay, to make this dish, you need some ravioli, whatever kind of ravioli you like. I happen to like the Publix 3-cheese. It's really good, and I've never been disappointed, so that's the one I always buy. You need 2 cans of diced tomatoes, or you could use 1 diced and 1 crushed, however you like. Salt, garlic, some Italian seasoning, bell peppers and onions, garlic, olive oil, and I'm going to use 3 small Italian sausage. Sometimes I only use 2 if they're the nice long ones. Okay, I've already got my water boiling for my ravioli, and I am going to salt that water. You know, it's a pasta. It generally doesn't have enough salt to suit me, so we're going to go ahead and salt that water. Not quite as much as I would spaghetti, but I'm still going to salt it pretty good. All right, we're going to let that, come back up to a boil, and then we can drop our ravioli. I need a pair of scissors to get into. There we go. Drop. I'm only going to use about half the bag because it's just the 2 of us. You know, for a regular size family meal, you probably need the whole pack. Oh, I need a little more than that. But I'm definitely only using half. There we go. Put that lid back on there. Well, let's stir them to make sure they're not going to stick. Okay, we're going to stir them to make sure they're not going to stick, and they're not. And we're going to let them come back up to a boil, and I'm going to let them boil for, hold on a second. Okay, for mine, it says bring 4 quarts of water to a boil, which is what I did. And then add my frozen ravioli, which I did. And it needs to cook uncovered for 3 to 5 minutes until ravioli float. So, we got just a little bit of time on that. Let's get that sauce ready. Okay, and you saw my peppers and onions in my little jar here. That's how I store them in the fridge. They will stay fresh and not wilt in that jar so nicely. I can keep them in there probably 4 or 5 days. And I really jammed this one full. Let's get that out. There we go. Now it's out. Okay, that's all we need. Right there, we need a half an onion and about a whole bell pepper. Okay, and we're just going to get those chopped up into like a medium dice, about the same size as your diced tomatoes. We're going to push those aside, and we're going to cut our peppers Same thing, we're just, you know, kind of rough cutting. We're not doing anything fancy. See how crisp those are, even after being in the fridge for 3 or 4 days. They're still nice and crunchy. And I had some red ones and some green ones. Because actually these are leftovers from when I made that relish. We're going to get a medium-high flame, which is somewhere right about there. And we're just going to let that pan sit and get really nice and hot. Not smoking, but hot. We're going to start with 2-3 tablespoons of oil. Yep, my pan, you see the little, I don't know what you call that, shadow or ripple effect. That means my pan's hot. So there they are, and let's give them a little stir and get that oil around them and let them start browning up. While that's browning, I'm going to come over here and take my Italian sausage out of that casing. Okay, I take my casing off. I don't particularly care for it, but you could, if you wanted to, just slice it, you know, slice it and then put it in there and brown it up. But like I said, I just prefer to take the casing off. It just makes it easier, makes a prettier sauce. I just prefer it that way. That's all I can tell you. But you do it your way, it's your kitchen. Here we go, and we're going to just toss that. Okay, now it's time to put my garlic in. I want these sort of brown, you know, getting browning up and getting softer before I put my garlic in there. But I'm going to put about probably 5 of these small ones in there. Forgot to get my knife. So that was 3. Get a couple more. Because we really do like a lot of garlic in our sauce. Cut that up. And I'm going to take all that out of there too. And don't throw anything away. Alrighty. We'll give that a good stir. Oh, that garlic, as soon as it hits that pan, is so fragrant. Okay, now it's time to put that sausage in there. And I'm just gonna drop that right there in the middle. And we're gonna break that up. Okay, and what you're doing now is you're just continuing to break that up and letting it cook. I'm going to add just a little bit of Italian seasoning. Now this is my Italian seasoning, but use whatever kind of Italian seasoning you like. And I probably put maybe a half teaspoon in there. Might have been a whole teaspoon, but I doubt it. It's probably closer to a half. This sauce is so easy, and I make it all the time because it is easy, thrifty, quick, meets all my criteria for a great dinner. All right, and we're pretty brown now, so I'm going to go ahead and add my tomatoes. Now we're just going to add our tomatoes. And they're just regular diced tomatoes. There we go. Okay, every time you add something, you need to stir. So let's get these tomatoes incorporated into our sauce. Or to make our sauce. That pretty much makes your sauce, those tomatoes. Alright, and we're just going to let that cook down for a few minutes. Let the tomatoes get hot and meld those flavors. And while we're doing that, we're going to get our ravioli plated up. Okay, my ravioli's floating. So we're going to get them out of that water. Okay, now I'm going to pour just a little bit of this olive oil in there, maybe 2-3 tablespoons. And we're going to give that a stir. Just so that my pasta doesn't stick. I don't want my ravioli sticking to one another. So if I put that olive oil on there, it'll keep them nice and soft. And separate. Nice, soft, and separate. If you guys have watched my channel very long, you know I don't like messing up a whole lot of dishes, and I don't like extra this and extra that. What I'm going to do is put this sauce on that ravioli, and then I'll plate it up. I'm not using a separate bowl and all this fancy schmancy. It's dinner and it's good. So let's just do this. All right, husbands are good for some things. He's gonna help me lift this cast iron skillet full of food over here into this pot without spilling all that goodness. All righty.
Single-handedly, too.
Single-handedly. Okay, and we're just going to give that a stir. Mix that sauce all around. I'm going to let it set for just a couple of minutes, and then I'll plate. I hope y'all enjoyed our video this evening. Like, subscribe, share, join our channel. I'll see you next time. Bye.